breaking down another dance practice, and this time it's to Young Posse, Macaroni Cheese. This group is pretty new. They debuted last month. I've seen some clips on TikTok where they're performing on stage. It looks like they got stage presence, swag, and overall looks like they're having a lot of fun on there. With this dance, I believe it focuses a lot on textures and a lot of footwork and formation changes. Actually, they use the stage a lot and it just looks fun overall, and I think this group is gonna blow up. Give them some time, I'm pretty sure they're gonna blow up. Other than that, let's go and break it down. If you guys haven't followed my Twitch, ladiesman5678, go ahead and follow it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's go roll it, baby. So this dance is pretty straightforward. It's very hip-hop, and a lot of it is going to focus on textures and being bouncy and having footwork as well. That first series of combo. Footwork already. Textures. And see how they're moving around stage already? And the seamless transitions to getting into these formations is just crazy. Alright, so I'm actually going to go over the intro part where they kind of do these series of combos to kind of hook us in, right? So the very beginning, actually I'm just going to keep pause there. The very beginning, they basically do this heavy hit on the bass, but then they'll follow with very slow, essentially grooves to kind of swag it out a little bit. And then they follow with this like pull that's a little bit, imagine pulling a rubber band. They're doing this like pull to have texture within that move. And then they follow with a footwork combo. And then there's this one part where they mimic the sound of the song, where they kind of do a drop. And I think you can hear, I think the ad-lib says drop, or either just they drop on the bass. But either way, they want you to hear that. And it was like, it wasn't just a regular drop. They slowed it down at the very last second to get this bounce, to get back up. And I think it mimicked the sound so well that you can hear it. And I think that's what they were trying to go for. So I really like that. That was one of my favorite parts of this dance. They got that swag. They're making everything look synchronized, and they're keeping the details that they need to keep. What I do like is the fact that they keep walking around stage, or like they're changing the formation around enough to use the stage or the space around them in this case. That was sick. So they're already look where they're at on stage. They're on stage. In their case, they're going to be on stage left, and then for us it's going to be on the right side because we're just watching it in front of us. But I'm going to go back to the drop of macaroni cheese. They kind of just basically make everything straightforward and just do choreo with formation changes. Whoever's blocking this and staging this is genius. Especially this part right here where they pull out for the bass, where they hit the bass and slow it down. Speed it up again to get some contrast. It's really straightforward. So a lot of the moves are going to be very hip-hop. Nice. That was like some playing on the lyrics. Hey. All right, so this part right here, kind of like right after the ice cold or whatever the lyrics were, they do a good job of slowly getting back to center and then splitting off again to get this, like, I guess, yeah, just to move the formations around. For 5 people, they're doing a lot for formations, and the dance itself isn't really like effect heavy, but a lot of it has them moving around everywhere. So like if I were to cover this dance with 4 other people and we had to learn the entire thing, right? We're moving around everywhere. It's crazy how like they make this really effortless. And then transitioning into the members that need to rap or sing, It's really good. That combo is way too good. A lot of footwork and everything. Whoever thought of this part, whoever the choreographer is, genius. All right, so there's this part in the middle of all of that where I don't know her name yet. I'm gonna figure out all their names soon. But the girl with the bob cut, she splits off after her verse, and they do the four will do this footwork combo, and then she'll basically transition back in to go ahead and meet up with their group to have a 5-person blocking. That footwork combo I'm actually referring to is like essentially what we like to call it polyrhythm. It's one of these things where you're kind of multitasking. What I like to say is multitasking in dance. So the constant motion that they're doing is the footwork, and then the combo that they're doing is actually up here where their hands are and their shoulders. And so doing something like that is actually really challenging for a lot of dancers, including myself, mainly because you're essentially trying to think of doing one thing that's constant while the other is doing this. And so that's why I like to call it multitasking rather than polyrhythm. I feel like it's a lot easier to explain it that way. So that combo was super sick, and the fact that we got her to transition back in, oh man, I don't know how they do it, man. Whoever's blocking and staging this, I need to figure that out. Love this closer right here, because they're gonna change it up on all of us. The patience on that. That was sick. Okay, so for the ending, a lot of groups will do this. A lot of groups will do this where you want to kill it off. You want to make sure that you leave that lasting impression. The walk at the very end where they're doing these heavy stomps and then they kind of slightly shake their head and looking at us. You can't just do that move and make it look cool. The way that they did it was, a lot of it was in their posture and actually their focuses. So because of their posture and the way they were leaning back and the way they were like heavy and loose with it at the same time is what gave off the vibe of, oh, I got this. This is swaggy for us. This is easy. The head shake also adds like that, just that tiny detail that makes that move that much better. And then I think they do this effect. Oh, here it is. So after the heavy stomps too, they do this effect where the tall girl, she has this like steering wheel, and she's going to use the steering wheel to turn her members back to the front, I believe so. So that way it gives us this effect of, oh, she just controlled her teammates by steering or using this like, yeah, steering wheel to turn them back. And then they do this like picture effect. I think she mimics like holding a camera, and then, we'll just go back to that entire thing. See those little head shakes, that little steering wheel? And that last part, genius. So the reason why I say that last part is genius is because they're hitting all the instrumentals, the basses, how heavy they are, but they also have done moves in silent counts. So what they did was, yeah, we're gonna hit everything at the end, at the very, very end, but also do these moves where it's quiet and then it gets back to the hitting the basses again at the very, very end, right? So what I like to really call this is like, you're just being patient with it. So like you're gonna learn like a combo, and sometimes you just really have to be patient with moves in order to hit the beats at the very last second. And this is a great example of that. And again, I'm gonna just replay it one last time just because I think that part is the highlight of this dance practice. That was so sick. And it's the fact that they made a combo without having all these sounds in the first place. Fire! I think Young Posse is gonna blow up because their choreo is different. This song Macaroni Cheese is not something that you would expect as a debut song, but it's kind of a banger. Like, I couldn't stop listening to it after the dance practice. Their choreo is much different from other girl groups. which I really do like. They seem to just have fun with this, and they have like this character behind the way that they dance where they make the dancing part just look easy. So I'm hoping that this group just goes crazy and just like blows up. And they actually did reply to one of my, or they commented on one of my TikTok videos when I reacted to this. So it was cool that they saw that. So hopefully they see this. If y'all like Young Posse, or if you guys are finding out about Young Posse because of me, TikTok, or anything like that, subscribe, because I'm going to go and break down their other dance practices. I'm out. Peace.